Hey everyone, it's Matt Marsh, founder of Marsh & Partners. Marsh & Partners is a Raleigh-based development and national consulting firm that helps business owners and investors maximize their real estate and transform their businesses. Now in this video today, I want to cover a topic really that's critical to the success of a real estate development project, and that's finding and hiring the right civil engineer for the job. Unforeseen challenges, they're a reality of any development venture, but the ability to identify those surprises early and figure them into your purchase price or development budget is often the difference between a profitable project or a money pit. And if you allow yourself enough due diligence time on the front end of a project, you can manage your risk even further. A civil engineer, their job, they're an expert in all things site planning and design. During your project, they'll help you navigate municipal development and design ordinances, assess topographic and terrain feature site constraints, and even take the lead on ushering your project through the proper government approval authorities. But there are a lot of engineers out there. And since now you understand how critical it is to find the appropriate engineer early, the important question is, well, how do you go about hiring the right one? I'll tell you, there are 4 key factors to consider when finding the right civil engineer for your development project. First, you want to identify your project goals, because your project goals, they're ultimately going to inform the site selection process. You need to determine what your project requirements are and what type of property will meet those requirements, because you don't want to get yourself into a situation where you're fully committed to a project and then need to try to retroactively make a piece of land fit your needs. But the site selection process, it's rarely ever straightforward. From determining the capacity of existing utility infrastructure, to assessing potential off-site improvements, to addressing zoning considerations, every site has its own unique characteristics, and there's a lot to consider. And your choice of a civil engineer will play a large role in determining the success of a project. Now, the second key factor, really when addressing an engineer, is determining their expertise and experience. Some engineers pride themselves on their design and land planning acumen. Others might focus on specific product types. Others might focus on other specific development types. The point is, you'll want to consider an engineer's experience and properly match their skill set with your project. If you're tackling a county residential subdivision, a civil engineer with large-scale planning and extensive design experience may be better suited to help you. If you're undertaking a mixed-use, planned urban development or a PUD, you'll probably want to find an engineer who's adept in navigating zoning and land use regulations. The third consideration, quite frankly a less savory side of the business that you'll want to weigh, is an engineer's political connections. I'd love to tell you, projects are approved based on their merit only and the positive economic and social impacts to a town or a neighborhood. But that's often not the case. Every municipality has its own quirks. Planning departments, elected officials, they're just as fallible as folks in the private sector. And engineers who have experience dealing with those local officials, they usually have a better pulse on what makes them tick, and often have a higher likelihood of success getting projects approved. A well-connected engineer's access to various departments like public works or the environmental department is also critical, because there's huge power in being able to pick up the phone and quickly get a solid answer on something that might have a material impact on your project. Now, the last factor you'll want to consider when hiring a civil engineer are their inherent personality traits. Skills like organization, creativity, project management, they're all important characteristics you should assess, because your project's inevitably going to face roadblocks. But having an engineer on your team that can get creative, is organized, and can tackle challenges without simply throwing money at the problem is a powerful asset. And if you're a developer, the last thing you want to worry about is having to corral your civil engineer, especially when you're juggling multiple projects and various other professional tradesmen. An organized, diligent, and responsive civil engineer is critical to meeting municipal deadlines and shepherding a site through the entitlement process. So I want to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button and subscribe to our channel below. You can follow us on Instagram at Marsh Partners Real Estate and check out our website for more real estate insights at marsh-partners.com. Feel free to leave us a comment if there are any other topics you're interested in or you'd like us to cover. And again, please don't forget to subscribe if you want more content like this. And thanks again for watching.